So these signs are not about me telling you, hey, look, be happy, have high self-esteem. No, these signs are more about, hey, look, if you see these signs, just realize this is high self-esteem. People think high self-esteem is about being good looking. It's about having the signs of high self-esteem, being good looking, having muscles, being all Herculesian and shit. But in reality, that's just superficial. You see, high self-esteem has more essence than the external. High self-esteem is all about realizing the relative mode of existence, which means that me and you, we're not better than each other. We're just as is. We're all equal. So the first signs of self-esteem, high self-esteem, is that they forget the past. Low self-esteem, no, actually they forget the past and they plan for the future. High self-esteem people, they observe the past from a critical perspective, which is to say, what can I learn from the past? They analyze it rather than create an identity from it. They don't use the past from a place of, holy shit, look at my present situation. I remember what happened last time and I fucked up and I am afraid of that outcome. High self-esteem people say, you know what, I remember the last time. This is what I did differently and this is what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to see what happens. You see, like, they see the past as a way to learn rather than they see in the past as a way to look at themselves in the mirror and see who they are. They don't base their identity on the past, but they base their strategies and tactics on the past. It becomes an instrument rather than an identity, if that makes any sense. You see, because most people, again, they don't look at the past for a subjective reality, which is as a thing that you could use. They use it as a way to identify themselves. And remember, somebody broke up with me. Because they broke up with me, that's who I am. As opposed to somebody broke up with me because I did this. I didn't give them enough space. I was always responding. I was always needy. You see, like, you don't identify yourself with it. As opposed, you just create. You just see it as something that you can use as a reference. High self-esteem people take responsibility of their emotions. They don't say, I feel mad because you're making me mad. I feel mad, I am depressed because of this. Rather, they say, I feel mad because I am reacting this way. It doesn't matter how wrong somebody did to you. It doesn't matter how justified you are to blame the person for feeling mad. Your reaction was up to you. You see, people could do anything to you. You see, the only thing you have the responsibility to do is to react. And that's your responsibility. Yeah, they could take everything from you, but the person who has control at the end of the day is you. High self-esteem people don't blame others for how they feel. High self-esteem people don't say, you know what, I am angry because you making me angry. As opposed to say, I am angry because I still haven't learned how to manage my emotions. You see, you don't have to react. That's a choice. And you can learn how to do that. But the problem is that most people who have low self-esteem don't realize that they actually have that ability. High self-esteem people realize their ability to manage their emotions. So when something bad happens or when they get mad, they don't blame people. And this is the good thing, is that when you don't blame people, that means you only could look at yourself for your mistakes. And that means you have so much more space to grow, because people who have low self-esteem, ironically, they think they're perfect. They think they're good. High self-esteem people know that they're not good, know their weaknesses, but they actually address it as opposed to cry or all about it. You know what I'm saying? So when you depend on people to have high self-esteem, to get your self-esteem, you're going to have low self-esteem. You're gonna get some bumps, but you're still gonna have low self-esteem. So you, as a result, you tolerate more things because you have a lot to lose. You tolerate a lot more. High self-esteem people, they don't tolerate. They have those boundaries. They say, if you cross this line, I'm cutting you off, and that's it. You see? And you will only maintain your boundaries if you depend on yourself. If you don't mind that people get mad at you. You have to learn to be okay with people being mad at you. You have to be okay with it. High self-esteem people have a clarity of mind to plan for the future. Remember, low self-esteem means that you don't understand the power of your faculties. You are afraid to take risks. When you have low self-esteem, you're always living in shame. You're always in a trance. You're always in a trance of shame. Always trying to avoid a problem. Always walking in fear. And that kind of veils your vision. It becomes a squinted gaze through those fogs of emotions. So when you see the future, you see it through the eyes of fear, through the eyes of shame, and you don't get a real perception of the future. In fact, you get a overreaction of the future, because fear causes you to see the enemy as stronger than it really is, and it causes you to underestimate your abilities. You lose your faculties when you have fear. High self-esteem people are persistent. Remember, high self-esteem is not about being better. It's about realizing your powers that everyone has. It's about seeing people at a equal line. So when I see someone, I swear to God, every single time I see somebody going to work or leaving to work or on their break, you know what I always say? Damn, they don't even know how much, like, they don't even understand how much power they really have. They don't understand, you know? Like, you have so much power, you just don't understand it. You got to put yourself in those situations. So when you have high self-esteem, you persist. You persist because even though you're not getting the outcome you want, you know that deep inside of you, you have something that it's able to solve almost any problem you set your mind to. But you have to be persistent. And in order to be persistent, you have to believe in yourself. Because you don't persist in something that you don't believe in. You don't persist in something you don't have any hope for. And the only reason you have hope is because you believe you can do it. And the more you believe in your abilities, which is to say the higher your self-esteem, the more you're going to persist. And then the higher likelihood that you will succeed. If you never give up and you keep adjusting according to the mistakes you make, success is inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. And this is what I've done. And this is where I'm going towards right now. These are the principles that I've learned. High self-esteem people have a good effect in their environment. They're like the Febreze in the world. When you have high self-esteem, you are uninhibited. People see you and they say to themselves, this is different. Like, you become the light of the world. You know, people see you and they're like, wow, I want to be like you. They feel the uninhibitedness. They feel you say the things that people want to say. And they admire you for that. It really does. Like, when you have high self-esteem, people who are negative will either leave you or become more positive around you. Now, I'm not talking about your positive, like, I'm always happy and shit. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about positive in terms of reality, being rooted in reality, not seeing people for being assholes because they didn't want them, not going to generalizations, seeing things at what they are, but at the same time being weary of people betraying you. Like, being level-headed, having a presence of mind, a strong grip on reality. You see, it's all about understanding how the powers that you have as a person. High self-esteem is not about being better than somebody else, because once again you're doing the same thing. You're comparing yourself, and the core of the ego is comparisons and differences. What we're doing here is fucking everyone else. I'm not gonna focus on you. I'm gonna base who I am on my essence, on being a human and being equal. And I'm going to improve myself not by adding things, but by removing the veil and seeing the things that are right now, which is you have more power than you imagine. You just have to tap into it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces. One is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man, you know. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. and how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.